Alright, CSS battle time. Let's get this done. As always, I will put in the comments how this goes, so if it's a complete disaster, you don't have to waste your time. I'm going to start a timer. We have dots and dashes. Okay, so whenever there's repeating dots like this, I either like border dotted or a radial gradient that repeats. We could have... See, because this looks the same as these, like border inline is probably the move. But this third set of dots here showing up is the question. I guess technically, because I'd need a third element, because here's what I'm thinking. You know, you could have one, and then a second element that happens to lap, and then a third one that's the straight border. The other option is to do a box shadow inset. I wonder how, if the dots, if I did a box shadow inset on this, I don't really like that actually. I don't like the box shadow inset. I think that's going to be too many characters. And I think we're going to have troubles getting it to be long enough to bring the box shadow in on both sides, because you have to use the radius for that, but then not radius the top and bottom, you know, but also have the borders showing up in the right spot. The other way to do this, because it gets us the one background that we have to do, and it saves us from trying to change the border, is to do a radial gradient where these dots repeat all the way through, and then we cover it with a border inline on the body. And that sort of background would give us the purple too. So that might actually be, I think I'm going to go with that move. Just because of that third row of dots, because of the extra movements, and because of how we would need that on a third element and adding any kind of p tag or anything to it, I wouldn't. Yeah, I think all the extra properties that are involved, it just makes me lean towards a radial gradient. And then also getting this purple background to show up everywhere without that, I'm going to have to do background anyway. So doing the radial gradient, getting 3 rows in one, just seems like the move to make. I might put this just on the body. I might just do a body tag on this, because then I can margin it down. No, we're going to get the repeat anyways. Oh, how do we get the repeat to not show up on those sides? Okay, let's see. Probably going to need a border. Okay. So that's where because I feel like with the sizing of this radial gradient, we'd have orange circles right over here and here because of the spacing. So I'd need to bring those in with some kind of border or box shadow on the HTML as well. Since I have to do a border anyways, that might be okay, because then I can, yeah, I can probably just get the border to cascade down and just change the color. What's the quickest, easiest way? Okay, let's reframe this. I could just do a straight a radial gradient, then a linear gradient, and not do border. But then I have to do a border anyways to size it. No, because if I do it on the body, we still get the repeat up in the HTML. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You gotta have a border no matter what. Border or box shadow. Border shorter. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do, let's do that so we can target the body. I think what I might do is just put everything on the body and then put a border to hide our edges. Do a little bit of margin magic. Actually, I might not have to do any margin magic. The border might be just enough because we just have to hide the orange circles just on the edge. So we don't have to have a super thick border. I'm starting to really doubt this approach. Okay. There we go. 25 pixels or so, I think. Star plus star. I should. Oh yeah, we gotta get this set. Okay. Looks a little big. Yeah, it is a little bit big. Let's go 20 pixels and let's size and position it so that it all works. Let's start with the 0 position and then the size. Let's go like 50. Okay, a little more than that. 80. 100. 23. 120 seems consistent. And then we just have to position it. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so we got the horizontal. The vertical seems a bit smaller, so let's go 60 pixels. Okay, that's too much. Let's get the right button pressed. 80. No, it's going to be smaller than that, actually. 60. That's about right. We just need to move it now. 20 pixels. All right. 10, 20, 30. Okay, really? It's the top and bottom that are the issues. Fascinating, but that's cool. That's actually really cool. Huh, top and bottom are the issues. Does that change my calculations? Let's turn off the diff. Let's look at this. Fascinating. Oh, you know what I did? It's because I actually spaced them for the 3. You could space them so they show up on each one, which is going to be fewer characters. I wonder if I can do 60 on this too. There we go. Let's see if they show up right in that grid. Let's zero this out. 10. -10. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and it shows up all the way around. It's going to be that 20 pixels. Feel like a border will be fine on this. And then we save a character on this too. Although 60 pixels is harder to reduce down sometimes than 120. Just burn that bridge when I get to it, I think. Alright, let's see what we got. If we margin 20. Yeah, nothing changes. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's take that off. Let's do a border. 20 pixels solid. Curious. Because we're on the body, it's stepping in a bit. So if we turn it up, is it going to collapse things and create 40? All right, so we have to do a margin 0 with this kind of solution. But, I mean, it's just, that's not horrible. It's not awful. I'm okay with that. Okay, so then we just have to do the lines. We do have to put a color on this. Actually, no, we can just do transparent, and that saves a little bit. No, we can't do transparent. That's right. We have to put the color. Extra pound sign. There we go. Okay. But every new property is like just too much. Should it just be one background and then border inline? And then elements with adjustments to the border inline. Oh well. Let's see. We got 5 minutes left, so let's linear gradient this thing. Right? We're going to do the 90 degrees. It's got to be done. We are going to do yellow, and it's going to be 20. I don't think 20 pixels. I think it's actually going to be 40 because our radius is 20 pixels. So you double that for diameter, and 40 pixels is our width on our McBobber there. And then we are going to do transparent. Let's hit our diff. And what did we do? We did a linear gradient. We haven't blocked anything. We did the yellow color. We did transparent. Is it not showing up because it's all the way over? Let's say 50 pixels. It's still not showing up. Let's do a no black. It's underneath. That's what I'm doing wrong. It's underneath. Like I always do every single time. There we are. We see it now. It's all clear. Let's move it further over. 80. 120, I bet? Yeah, 120. It's all factors of 60, which is useful. So, since we moved it over 120, let's repeat it 120 pixels. And it's there. Cool. I like that. So, multiples of 60 is a good number to take away from this. The width of the borders is 40, and then they're 60 pixels apart, if that helps you. Well, let's just reduce some of these characters. This isn't a horrible solution. This is a sort of thing where you might... CH. What we might do is I might try to roll this into... Oh, no, I need border and margin, so I'm not going to just roll it into a style tag. I think that kind of messes everything up. Let's change this also into 5CH. 30 pixels would be 10 VH, which doesn't save me any. This negative 10. Let's see what we get if we turn it up. Like instead of going 50, yeah, there. If instead of going down, going up, we're still at 2 digits, so we save one there. And 50 pixels. What is that one? There's that works as something. I forget what. 5VW. Now 120 is 6 times 5 is 30 VW. I feel like percentages sometimes are better, but we're backed up against everything, so I think that's fine to do it that way. 50 pixels and 30 pixels and 60 pixels is what we need to change. Let's start chasing. If I can get a percentage on this. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. 20, 25. 30? No. Oh, wait, what are we on? We're on the radial gradient. That's silliness. Okay, let's not. 60 pixels across. 60 goes into 400 unevenly. But 20 goes into 400. 5, 8. 8 times 5, 40 times. So, no, quit. That's silly math. I'm not doing that right at all. Let's go to 25%. 20. 22, 23, 5. Hey, 15%. Okay. 15%. I feel like that should have been... Ooh, no. Oh, it's not 15% of top and bottom because... 5? Oh, okay. We need a lot more. 20%. Okay, because it's 300 top and bottom and 400, so the percentages are going to be different even though the pixel value is the same. 30 pixels. See if we can get cute. I haven't even hit submit yet. Let's go back to 30 pixels. All the rest I feel are right and okay, but let's just make sure of things before we move on. I mean, that's development 101. Don't change too much until you know it works. All right, let's keep going. 33 does not look good. 33, 32. 32 seems decent. Let's see if that's accepted. There's a little bit more on the diff, but it might not break tolerances. Didn't break tolerances. Saved one more. 50 pixels. Someone comment what 50 pixels translates into, because I know there's an easy one, and I just can't remember what it is. 55, 54, 53. Okay. 53 seems to be the one, which is good enough for what I'm doing right now. And there's our timer. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 52? Nope. Now this is our radial gradient, our left-right movement. I wonder if... I wonder if actually 80, 90, it's going to be 106, which doesn't help me. No. 116. That doesn't help. That's the same number of characters as 50 pixels. Let's do, oh, a percentage. I bet I can use percentages here. Because this is 10%, right? Ooh, I don't know. Let's put the 50 pixels back so we can make sure. No, that's not 10%. I just thought because the other one was 20, that should be 10. Okay, what were we? Let's back up. 32Q. Let's leave that there. Okay, 50 pixels here. 20%. Promising. Not that promising. No, that looks awful. I'm going to hit submit just for fun, but I think it's going to be like 99.8 or even worse. 0.5, yeah. Okay, 50 pixels. Nope. 5 is 40. 6 doesn't get us there. Okay, yep. I'm just gonna leave it. I know this isn't top 10. I kind of feel like it's gonna be some clever stuff with the borders. It's gonna be really clever stuff with borders. It's probably or something in a style tag without this extra gobbledygook that because there's some clever people doing this. 161. Yeah, my prediction is gonna be like 130 for top solutions, 140 somewhere in there, and it's gonna be the borders. But this is what I did. Oh, let's hit submit. Let's make sure. Make sure this is what I did at 161. Yep. All right. Good stuff. All right. It's always good hanging out. Let me know how you do, and I will catch you later. Thanks. Bye.